Hi everyone, welcome to this video about homeostasis. So in this video, we specifically look at how our bodies control water levels and temperature. This is designed and aimed at GCSE biology students as a perfect recap to solidify your understanding. So let's get started. So what actually is homeostasis? Well, the word homeostasis actually, if you break it down, if you look at the etymology of it, it means same and it means equilibrium. So that means when we talk about the human body, we talk about maintaining a stable internal environment. Now, why is this important? Well, we have to keep things in a very, very tight range. If we didn't, things such as enzymes wouldn't be able to function properly, and that could potentially be disastrous for us. So let's start with osmoregulation or water control. So our body constantly loses water for things such as sweating, breathing, urinating. So then the question becomes, how do we maintain the right balance? As we lose water via sweat, or we've had a salty meal, for example, what would happen is our water levels in our blood would get a bit low. And that would be detected by the hypothalamus in our brain. So what the hypothalamus would do is tell the pituitary gland to produce more ADH. And what ADH will do is it tells the kidneys to reabsorb water from the urine that is being produced. So water then gets reabsorbed, making your urine highly concentrated and less volume. And so therefore your water content in the blood returns back to normal. Now let's say you've drunk a lot of water quickly. Suddenly your water content in your blood is high. Again, this is detected by the hypothalamus, which then again this time tells the pituitary gland to produce less ADH. So therefore, that ADH, which is working on the tubules of your kidney, tells the kidney to absorb less water. Therefore, you have a larger volume of more see-through pale color urine, and so your water content returns back to normal. With both these two processes, osmoregulation, it is the hypothalamus which is detecting it and telling the kidneys what to do based on how much ADH the hypothalamus tells the pituitary gland to produce. So why is it important to osmoregulate? Why is it important to keep our blood water levels correct? What is severe osmosis? Now, if the blood cells or cells themselves were in a hypertonic solution, what that means is due to osmosis, where water will move from a position of high concentration or high water potential to low water potential across the semipermeable membrane, the cells will lose too much water and they'll become shriveled up or crenated. If it's in an isotonic solution, the net movement of water is zero. So water is moving in and out, absolutely fine. The cells stay happy. A hypertonic solution, however, what would happen is because there's more water potential outside than inside, water would come into the cells, causing them to burst or plasmolysis. So that's why it's really important for us to keep control of the amount of water we have in our bloodstreams. Next up, we're going to talk about thermoregulation. So our bodies need to stay around 37 degrees Celsius for enzymes to work properly. The thermoregulatory center in our brains, which again is found in the hypothalamus, is what will detect temperature of your blood. Okay, so if it's too hot, what it will do is it will cause vasodilation and sweating, and if it's too cold, the body warms up via vasoconstriction, shivering, goosebumps. So what vasodilation is, if you get too hot, is, have you ever noticed when you get hot, your skin gets red? That's because the blood flows increase near the skin. And so the capillaries which run through the bed are open up slightly to allow your blood to come closer. So what that does is it allows heat to radiate from the blood out, evaporating the sweat that's on the skin, causing your blood to get cooler, which then returns back to your core. When it's cold, our blood vessels narrow. So if you notice when you get cold, you'll start losing colour in your lips, you'll start losing colour in your skin. That's because what your vessels are doing is shunting, moving that blood away from the skin so we can keep the temperature there as much as possible. Now, the reason we have goosebumps is because of the piloerector muscles in our skin. What that will do is actually lift hair, and so you get a layer of air trapped near your skin, which insulates it. So with this, we should either heat up or cool down. So both thermoregulation and osmoregulation are both examples of homeostasis through negative feedback. So what negative feedback is basically where you have a set point. So in the case of thermoregulation, for example, that's 37 degrees Celsius. A change is detected, so that could be by your hypothalamus, realizing you're getting too cold. Then there's a corrective mechanism put in place. So if you're too cold, you'll shiver, you will do vasoconstriction, you'll get goosebumps. That will then warm you back up to 37 degrees Celsius, at which point those corrective mechanisms are turned off. So that's what negative feedback is. So osmoregulation, thermoregulation, done free negative feedback, as is glucoregulation, but that's a video we'll make another time. So as a quick summary then, homeostasis is all about keeping things stable. Osmoregulation controls water balance using kidneys and ADH, and thermoregulation controls temperature using vasodilation, vasoconstriction, and sweating. Goosebumps. I hope this has helped you understand homeostasis a little bit better. If you found it useful, hit like and subscribe for more GCSE Part revision videos. Drop any questions in the comments below. There will be another video soon about glucoregulation.